Hi guys, and welcome back to another video game with the powers. I'm Jake, and in today's video I'll be showing you a two-player playthrough of the board game City of Myrkesh. Now, City of Myrkesh is a deck building game where essentially a monster has invaded your city and you are needing to fight this monster off. And so there are 5 different districts in your city, and you are essentially recruiting heroes or people from these different districts in order to help you to defeat the monster. Now, this is a deck building game, so that's where that deck building aspect is. You're going to be moving around the board to these different districts, recruiting these different people. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and jump down to the table where I have everything set up for our two-player playthrough of City of Myrkesh. Down here at the table, guys, like I said, we got everything set up for our two-player playthrough. Now, I'm showing you guys kind of a bird's eye view so you can kind of see the board in all of its entirety. Once we start the playthrough, I'm going to bring the camera in a little closer and just really focus on the city circle here and just kind of have everything on the outside. But I want to show you guys what is some of this stuff that you're going to be looking at. So let's go ahead and take a look at the upper right hand corner here. These are going to be all of our status tokens. In the bottom right hand corner, we are going to have the monster health. Now, for the purpose of this playthrough, guys, I'm going to be doing an abbreviated version of the game here. In a normal 2-player game, the monster's going to have 24 health, and today's playthrough, the monster is going to have only 16. Now, this will not change the game at all. It won't change any of the mechanics or the way the game is played. This is just merely going to make the game shorter. And like I said, in a normal game, the monster would have 24 health. Today's version is only going to be 16. All right, you can kind of see here in the middle of the board, we have the 5 different districts. We have the Wilds, which is green, the Undercity, which is like a teal or blue. We have the Merchants Row, which is like a burgundy. We have the Royal Courts, which is a purple. And then we have the Industrial Grounds over here, which is a gray. And in this city, we have an inner city, which is the smaller inside circle. And then we have a larger circle, which is considered the outer city. And this is going to come in handy when we are buying cards. So any of the cards that you see here in this front row is considered an inner city card. The cards in the back that are on top of the different decks are considered outer city cards. Over here on the left-hand side, we have our wound cards, so light wound, heavy wound, and a bleeding wound. As also, we have a common supply of blue prestige gems. Now, the monster health is considered, purple prestige gem, sorry. The monster health is considered blue prestige gem. All right. On top of that, every player is, and so pretty much, let me back up a step. That is everything that you see on the board here. Of course, we have this illustrious monster mini as well. Now, every player is going to choose a little plastic person that they're going to represent. So we have the blue player today versus the green player. The way the setup is essentially going to work, you will roll a dice, and depending on what your number is, that's the starting direction of the monster. And then in turn order, you will choose what in between districts that you want to start with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 different spots for you to start. That's where you're going to start. Now, every player is going to have a deck of 10 cards. You'll shuffle these cards, draw 5. That will be your starting hand. As well, every player is going to get a resource tracker. I will have this resource tracker here on the board for you in the bottom left-hand corner. And actually, let me bring this resource tracker up. This is going to track my hand size, my gold, my attack, and my movement. As well, we will have a monster aid, and I'll go over that when we decide to do damage to the monster. But that is pretty much everything you need to know, guys, about City of Myrkesh. I will now bring our camera in a little closer. Might have to zoom out just a smidgen. Now, I do understand, guys, that some of this is cut off, so please just bear with me. But I want to give you guys a really good look, and I should maybe put these guys down on the that side so you might be able to see them a little better, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So we are now ready to start the game. So we will start with the blue player here. So he will take his deck of 10 cards. give them a nice little shuffle here, and we'll draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see what we have here. All right, so he has a nomad. So this can either be an attack or a coin. We got a peasant, which does nothing. We got a soldier, which is an attack, a trader, which is a coin, and a soldier, which is attack. So we have 3 attack right off the bat. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I think what we will do is we only have 1 coin, possibly 2 coins. I think what we might do is you want to try and have 4 attack always here, so you don't want to incur any penalties. So I think what we will do is, obviously, this is what's cool about the City of Myrkesh. When you are playing cards from your hand, you can play them vertically, right, and you will get all of the effects on the card. You can also choose to play the card horizontally, which will negate all of the effects on the card and generate a movement point for you. So I will go ahead and play this peasant horizontally to generate 1 movement point. Now, when it comes to buying cards, guys, I'll show you a card real quick. The gold cost is in the top right-hand corner there. A lot of these cards are going to have text. The bottom of the card, if you play another card with this other district on your turn, you will get this bonus, and then that is how much prestige points this card is worth at the end of the game. You know what? Also, when it comes to buying cards, depending on where you're at, you're only going to be able to buy certain cards. So if you are in between districts, like this player is here, all right, I can either buy the inner city card from the Merchant's Row or the Royal Courts, all right? If I want to buy this outer city card, I must be in this middle area to be able to buy that. Same thing with the monster. I need to be in one of the inner city, or the outer city technically, districts in order to buy the card there. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is, man, 3 fight is a good amount there. You know what? Let's get this party started. I think what we're going to do is then spend a trader horizontally. Well, nope, I got a movement. So what I can do is move, spend 1 movement, and move into this middle area. I will play my trader to generate 1 coin and then essentially buy this collection steward from the deck there. So you may reveal an ally card from your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card. You get muster when buying your next card that costs 2 or more. If your gold or movement was spent from 2 or more non-basic cards, I get to gain 2 attack. This will go right into my discard. Nothing will refill until the end of my turn. And then I will spend 3 attack in order to hit our monster here. Now, whenever you decide to engage in combat, you first need to look at where you are hitting the monster. So I'm hitting them in this thick flesh. So we would go to our player aid and see thick flesh. It says you may spend 1 movement. If you do, ignore the shield or armor that the thick flesh would prevent. And then I must also take a light wound card, all right? So I had 3. I do not have a movement to ignore 1 armor, okay? So he blocks essentially 1 attack. 2 attack would come through. So I would take 2 prestige cubes from his health, and then that is now mine. Now, I also need to get a light wound card. So this light wound card would go into my discard pile there. And then now we would reference this sheet here. So depending on the amount of damage that I have done to the monster here, we would look and reference this, and anything that I have done and below it would be activated. So since 2 damage only came through, we have crowd retreat. So you may shuffle the cards in the district the attack originated from and replace the cards afterwards, and provoke. Rotate the monster, and I'll move this in closer. There you go. Rotate the monster pentagram so the head is facing the district the attack originated from. So I don't want to reshuffle anything. We would then turn the monster's head to face the purple character, and now we would get to continue play. So the purple character has no more cards in his hand. So the very first thing we would do is send all of our cards we played this turn into the discard pile. We would draw back up to 5, so our final 5 cards. And then now we would replace any cards as needed. So cards in this outside city would drop down into the inner city, and then we would flip a new card over in the outer city. And that is one full turn of City of Myrkesh. All right, so the game will end once the monster's health is reduced to 0, and then everybody has enough, had an equal amount of turns. And then at that point, whoever has the most prestige from the blue prestige, purple prestige, and cards in hand will be the victor. All right, let's take a look at our green player. So there we go. Gain 1 soldier. We got a trader, a nomad, a trader, and a trader. All right, so this could be a big turn for the green player here. So I think what we're going to do is take a look at this predator card right here. So let's go ahead and play this soldier horizontally to generate 1 movement. We would then spend that movement to go into this, and then we will play 3 traders and a nomad, all right, as a coin in order to buy this predator eidolon right here. So gain 2 attack in a movement. You may spend 1 movement as though it's 1 attack the next time you attack the monster this turn, and we get this possess effect. So choose an opponent, you may spend 1 movement. If you do, you may move that player's piece 1 space in a direction. You may attack from that space without moving there. The next time you attack the monster this turn, gain 1 attack before resolving damage if you attack from that player's space. All right, that would go in there. In regards to buying cards in the outside city, you'll notice that there is a rubble token here, all right? So if you were ever to buy an outside city card and the monster is facing a front sector, which is the Void Maw, the Infernal Maw, or the Plague Maw, if this front sector is facing any of these districts when you buy an outside city card, then you will place a rubble token down in there. And what the rubble token do is it will basically, so it'll look something like this, right? What this rubble token will do is you cannot attack the monster from inside a rubble area, or whenever you want to buy a card in a rubble area, you will need to spend 1 movement on top of that. Okay, so discard all of our cards, get our next 5 cards, and then we would go ahead and replace the top card of our outsider deck. Okay. Back over to our purple player. So we have a trader, a nomad, a trader, and a soldier. So pretty much the same hand here. Okay. We could buy this 2. We could buy this 2 there, and then maybe that 2. But that would put rubble down in there. Rubble would be there if we bought the outsider. So we don't really want to buy outsiders. So I think what we might do is spend this soldier as a movement. We will move to this spot here. I think what we might do is spend 2 traders. All right, so that's essentially 2 coins to buy this charismatic carpenter. That will go in the discard pile. And now we have a trader and a nomad left over. And man, there's not a lot of good options. I might maybe think about moving to that Void Maw spot and then just kind of passing the rest of my turn, right? So I will spend this trader and this nomad as a movement. And I think I'm going to move back over here. So we'll go 1 and 2. So give me some flexibility here of buying either these merchants or these royal courts, because I think I like that. So that will be the end of the purple player's turn. So we'll take all these cards. There are no more cards to draw from, so we will take the entire deck and draw 5 new cards. Okay, then we will need to replace the card right here. So we had a component emanator and draw 5 new cards. Perfect. All right, moving on to the green player. So we have a soldier, a trader, a soldier, a nomad, and a peasant. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, we could hit him from the back, which I think we might do. So we will spend this peasant right here to generate a movement. Okay, what we will do is, and I actually could buy that bone broker in the back. I think we do that instead. We use the nomad and the trader to generate 2 coins. All right, and we are going to pick up this bone broker in the outside city. All right, and then we have 2 attack left over. Do we want to hit him for 1? No. I think we will just obviously play these 2 cards and just generate 2 attack, and then essentially pass our turn. Okay, so we would need to flip this top card over. We would take all these cards, go into our discard pile, and go from there. Okay, let's shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Back over to our purple player now. So we have a peasant, our light wound card, a nomad, a trader, and a soldier. So this is a perfect time to look at our light wound card. So this card cannot be discarded from abilities that would make a player discard 1 or more cards. Heal. When played, remove this card from your deck. When you do, you may remove a starter card that you played this turn or from your discard pile. If removed, depending on what you remove, you would get that bonus, okay? So let's go ahead and play this light wound. So remove this, and then you may remove a starter card from my deck. And I will remove the... the nomads are good. The trader... I think I will remove a soldier. I think I'll remove a soldier for right now. So remove a soldier from the game, and I would get to generate 1 attack for that. All right. We have a peasant. I will use him to generate a movement. I got 2 coins left over. I can buy this feathered freebooter, which I think I will do. So I will move into this space here, so that gets rid of that. I will then spend these 2 coins right here to buy the feathered freebooter from the outsider pile. So gain a coin and choose an opponent. You may spend 1 movement. If you do, you may count as being in that player's space when you buy your next card this turn. If you do, it costs 1 or less. That will go on my discard pile. I have bought an outsider card in a spot as the in one of this front sectors, so rubble would go there, and now I cannot attack from this rubble, so I must go ahead and end my turn. I'll go ahead and flip this card. We have a festive street chef. All right, these cards will go to my discard pile, and then I would draw 5. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Moving on to the green player here. So we have, there we go. We got a soldier, a trader, a peasant, our bone broker, and nomad. All right, let's play our bone broker first. So gain 2 attack. After resolving your next attack this turn, if you knocked back the monster, you may spend up to 2 prestige. If you do, draw a card for each prestige spent this way. If you didn't knock back the monster, you may spend 1 prestige. If you do, draw a card. So we will play our bone breaker straight up to give us 2 red. All right, we got a soldier, which is another red. We are going to do the nomad, which is another red for 4. And then we need to get in position. So actually, I don't need to get in position. I could spend this pheasant as a movement, all right, for 1. And, yeah, I will spend this trader as a movement for another 2 movement. So I think what I'll do is spend 1 movement and 2 movements. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. It make more sense to go here. He would turn. Yeah, that gives me a little bit more flexibility. Actually, I think the green player will stay where they're at, and they will attack this thick flesh. So they are dealing 4 damage, 4 damage to the monster. Now we are hitting this thick flesh, so if we do spend a movement, right, we get to ignore this armor cost, all right, which we will do. So 4 damage is coming in, so we will go ahead and take 4 cubes, put them over here. Now we have done 4 damage, so it says ignore wounds / negative effects. So we will ignore that light wound card, but now we must do everything else. So create rubble. We will need to put a rubble token back here in the back sector. Alrighty. And then we have the option to crowd retreat, and then we must provoke. Alright. We will skip that crowd retreat now for the sake of time, but then provoke will move them over there. Alright. That is all 4. We have 1 move point left over, and I think we will move to that designated area, and that will be the end of the green player's turn. We're not going to discard any of our prestige in order to draw more cards. So we will draw 5 new cards. And like I said, that will be the end of our turn. So going over to our purple player, we have a trader, nomad, trader, and our charismatic carpenter. So let's play him first. So we will get to gain 1 coin. When you buy your next outer city card this turn, if it costs 4 or more, draw a card. If it's 2 or 3, reveal the top card of your deck and draw it. Discard a card unless you reveal a basic card. So we will play our charismatic carpenter first to generate 1 coin. Now, remember, if we want to buy a card here, we must spend an extra movement. We need to buy an outer city card. We have 1 coin, so I got potentially 4 coins. Might be smarter to move and buy that guy. Because this is going to cost us an extra movement. But you know what? We might play this festive chef. I think that's what I might do. So I will need to do a trader here. So I'm just going to put him right there for now and just keep all my ability cards there. So that would be an extra coin. Well, that's only 2. That's actually perfect. I might be able to get both these. Okay. So I will spend, that was a movement, and I spent him as a movement. I would need to spend him as a coin. There we go. Sorry, got confused there. So now I will spend my movement and 2 coins to purchase this festive street chef. All right. So put the top card of your deck in the discard pile. Depending on what I do, I will gain some sort of ability. I'll read all these abilities, guys, as I play these cards. Okay. So I did, right here, going back to this guy, I did buy a card which is 2 or 3. So reveal the top card of my deck and draw it. If it is a basic card, I get to keep it, which it is. All right, I do not have to discard a card. Well, technically, it would be a card. Okay, so now I have potentially 2 attack and 1 coin, or potentially 2 coins and 1 attack. There's not really much else I can buy, so it's mainly just getting in position now. So I think what I will do is spend all 3, well, just spend 2, actually, and, actually, I'm going to spend all 3. I'm going to spend all 3 as movements. All right, and go 1, 2, and 3, and end up right there. And that will be the end of my turn. So all cards played this turn move into the discard pile. All right, we'll need to flip over the new card. We have an Adept Adventurer. We are drawing 2 cards. We will need to reshuffle our deck up. All right, and add 3 more cards to the playthrough. So 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 more cards and rocking and rolling. Okay, moving over to the green player here. We have a nomad, a soldier, a trader, and our predator Eidolon. Oof. All right, this might be a big turn here. Okay, so Predator Eidolon, we will play him. So gain 2 attack and 1 movement. I have Quick Strike, where I may spend 1 movement as though it is 1 attack the next time you attack the monster this turn. Then I also have Possess. I can choose an opponent. I may spend 1. If you do, you may move that player's piece 1 space in any direction. You may attack from that space. The next time you attack the monster, gain 1 attack before resolving damage if you attack from that player's space. Okay, which I can actually move him there. All right, let me do this first. We will play a soldier for 1 attack, okay? Then we will play the trader. Let me see, yeah, we will play the trader as a movement. This will give us 1 movement, okay? We will play the nomad as an attack. This brings us up to 2 attack. It's going to be a big turn. And now we will play our Predator Eidolon, okay? So the Predator Eidolon says gain 2 attack and 1 movement. All right, I have Quick Strike. I may spend 1 movement as though it is 1 attack the next time you attack the monster this turn. So that's going to bring me up to 5. And now it says Possess. So choose an opponent. I will choose the purple player here. You may spend 1 movement, which I do. If you do, move that player 1 space. Move that player's 1 space in any direction. You may attack from that space. So move the player there. I will attack from that space. And the next time you attack the monster this turn, gain 1 attack. So we have 6 attack right now. So we are hitting the monster for 6, all right? So we will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes, all right? 6 cubes, and we will need to resolve our stuff. Remember, 4 or more. We will ignore any effects from the side that we have. We will need to create rubble, crowd retreat, and provoke. So with both rubble being out on the table, I now have the option to choose one of the rubbles and move them to the spot that we attacked from. Okay, so I will move this rubble to there, and then we will need to move the monster to face that direction. Okay, now we have 1 card left, which is a coin. All right, which we will actually, you know what? We are going to spend this as a movement. All right, so this would go down to 0 and spend that movement to move in that direction. And that will be the end of our turn. Huge turn for the green player right there. Discard. We have 2 cards left in the green player's hand. We would shuffle the deck up, all right, and proceed to the purple player's turn. So purple player's turn, that's his deck, here's his hand. All right, we have Collections Steward, all right, Soldier, Peasant, Soldier, and Nomad. So let's do Collection Steward first. So you may reveal an ally card from your hand and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card. All right, which we do have a Peasant, so I'll do that. And then when buying your next card that costs 2 or more this turn, if your gold and or movement was spent from 2 or more non-basic cards, we get to gain 2 attack. All right, so reveal a Peasant there. All right, put him at the bottom of my deck and draw a card, which is a Trader. All right, when buying your next card, if our gold or movement was spent from 2 or more non-basic cards, we have all basic cards in our hand, so that will not get the job done. Let's see. So we have 2 attack, potentially 3 attack, or 2 coins. I think we will buy from this component animator. So what I'll need to do is spend my Nomad and Trader as coins. So that gives me 2 coins. I will need to spend a soldier as movement, and then we'll just put another attack in there. So attack and movement. All right, I will buy this for 2 because I am in rubble. I will need to spend 1 additional. All right, I'll need to spend 1 additional. I'll need to spend a movement in order to purchase that. All right, and that is everything that I have in my hand. So we will need to go ahead and refill. Oops. Not working. All right, refill. These things are not exactly, they could have been a little bigger, because I don't think, yeah, this one looks like it's small. The inside of it is pretty small. Okay, so that is our rubble right there. Okay, so that is the end of the purple player's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we would move on to the green player. Green player needed to draw 3. So draw 3 from the green player. And here's what we got. We got a trader, soldier, nomad, and soldier. All right, so the monster has 4 health left. So do we have enough? We got 3. All right, we can hit it for 3, and I think that's what we're going to do. So soldier, nomad, and soldier. So that is 3 attack, and we will hit into this side. So 3 cubes will go to the green player. All right, taking a look at our thing, we did not meet the threshold, so we are on the Plague Maw side. So we would get a heavy wound and need to discard an ally card if able. All right, so we will discard one of these traders here. We do have a trader left over, and then we will need to create rubble, retreat, and provoke. So he will do that. We will need to create some rubble. Alrighty, right there. And then he will provoke. He already did that. And then we are going to have this trader as a movement and move our guy out right there. Okay, that is the end of the green player's turn. Go ahead and draw 5 new cards and send it over to our purple player. All right, the purple player, trader, charismatic carpenter, nomad, and trader. So you guys remember this charismatic carpenter is going to allow us to generate 1 coin if we buy a card in the outer city. Depending on if it's a 2, 3, or 4, we'll get an ability. So there is a coin right there from us. We want to buy a 2 or 3. So let's do the nomad as a movement and move there. We will do the trader as a movement and move into the middle there. And then these last 2 traders as coins. I will spend 2, bring me down to 1 to buy the Tariff Enforcer right here. And it was a 2, so we do get to draw a card. If we do not, we must discard a card from our hand unless we reveal a basic card. This is not a basic card, so we must discard the Festive Street. It's very unfortunate. And that is everything that we have available to us. So we would need to flip over this card. 1, 2, we have 2, we would need 3, and then also the green player would need to get his heavy wound card. Let me get that for the green player because he did not put that into his pile last time. All right, green player. We have a trader, peasant, bone breaker, trader, and a soldier. Okay. This is going to be enough to end the game here. We will go ahead and spend this peasant as movement. We will play our bone breaker and our soldier right here as attack. So it's going to give us 3. We will spend both these traders here to get 2. And then we will attack the Plague Maw we will attack the Plague Maw side for 3. So we would generate 1 cube. 2 more from the supply, so we would get 2 more cubes from the supply there. We would need to take a heavy wound as a damage, right? the monster would turn to this side. We did 3, so we would need to create rubble. He already turned. We would go from there. And then we cannot buy this card, and so that is essentially the end of the green player's turn, which now that is the end of the game, okay? I know that last part was a little rushed, but again, we're at 36 minutes, trying to keep this under 40 minutes. So now what you would do is go through all of your cards, count your prestige, and see what you got. So this is the prestige from the green player, which I think he won. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, 16 prestige from the green player, as well as 1 prestige for the Bone Breaker. And he should have the other card, Predator Eidolon, is 3. All right, so 4 more additional, so 20 total prestige for our green player. The purple player only has 2, unfortunately, but if we look at his other cards, let's see. So he's at 3, he is at 4, he's at 4.5. All right, he's at 5, he is at 6, we are at 7, and that is it. So the purple player got demolished, our green player is victorious. Alrighty guys, well look, I hope you enjoyed this 2-player playthrough of City of Myrkesh. This is just the game at a surface level, guys. There is so much more strategy and gameplay really in this game. You really got to play this multiple times to see the full breadth of the game, with all the different cards and mechanics and things like that. Those green cards are very dominant for attacking the monster. However, some of those burgundy cards, the Merchant's Row cards, I've won games where I've just bought cards the whole time, and because I've been able to buy so many cards, that's gave me my prestige as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Go ahead and comment down below. What do you guys think about this as a deck builder? Like I said, I think it's such a unique deck builder and such a refreshing deck builder based upon all these other games that you have out right now that I really truly do enjoy this game. If you like this content, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and as always guys, if you are not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe so we can keep bringing you some more awesome content. All right guys, y'all have a great one. Bye.